Puni from Puni Petals, and I am a florist based here in LA from Phuket, Thailand. So really my process starts at the market. My biggest inspiration has always been the florals themselves. You never know what's going to be there, and you kind of just have to let go of control that way. And I think it's a really, really good practice, especially as a creative, to challenge yourself by not knowing exactly what you're going to be working with. Inspiration feels like when you see something and you're like, you're just gasping. And I just feel like it's such a visceral reaction. You just know that that is something that you love. And I always urge people to ask yourself why you like something. I think everybody has creativity in them. They just have to exercise how to explore that. And I think it's really just by asking yourself, when something takes your breath away, what do you like about it? And then I think you would really know what speaks to you and what's really unique to you and what you like. There's an easygoingness to Thai people. I don't think that people are as hard on themselves when they make mistakes. When I work, I really leave a lot of room for mistakes for myself, and I'm very gentle when things happen. It is a part of life and the creative process, and I really think that that's how you learn to grow, is to be able to accept that you can make mistakes. It wasn't something that I thought was going to become such a huge part of my life this way. It was something that I just created for myself without any pressure of it growing into something bigger or scaling the business or making money and things like that. And I think really when it comes from a place that is very true to you like that, and you really are finding joy for yourself, I think people could feel that. Stylistically, I've changed quite a bit too. It really reflects the pendulum swing of everything. Just because your style changed doesn't mean your identity has changed. I think it's an exploration, it's a journey. People feel crises when they change, and people feel crises when they don't change. But I think people have to understand that change is inevitable, so might as well explore it. I think floral design is intuitive in a way that nature is intuitive to us. And this is how I approach life too, is that when I try to force my hand onto something, when I want something to work out in a certain way, in a specific way so badly, it tends to crack under the pressure. I tend to crack under the pressure, and I get very destroyed and disappointed and sad about it. And I think that it's the same way with flowers. Ultimately, it's nature that you're dealing with. I think we know by now that the last thing we can do is control nature. It is very hard to force a flower to be somewhere in an arrangement or a design. They kind of tell you where they want to be. That's why I never really know what I'm making ultimately until I made it. There's definitely times of frustration in any kind of creative process. You just have to learn to embrace that this is just part of the journey. There's gonna be ebbs and flows to it. I always try to understand why things aren't resonating with me. I think it's just as important to know what you don't like as much as what you like. As I continue on this journey of flowering and also growing and running a business, I think I have to make it a point to bring myself back to where it started, bring myself back to simplicity, and not forget that there's joy in it too for myself. Before, it was just something that I loved to do. When things grow and change into a business or your job, I think there's a lot of tension there when finances come in, when other people come in and you're responsible for them. I think you have to make decisions outside of yourself. It takes quite a bit of effort to remind yourself that you're also in the center of this too, and you also matter, and your joy also matters. I would like to use this medium as a way of letting people be close to nature in ways. I think it's important for us to experience that as human beings. think the great thing about flowers is that it really teaches you to be in the present and enjoy what you have right now. Know that you're going to lose it. You know, I think it's wonderful. I think it's really great. It taught me a lot.